Human trafficking is not a conspiracy theory, but right now there are a lot of conspiracy theories about human trafficking that have been circulating online. My name is Ryan Townsend, and for nearly 10 years, I've been involved in the fight to prevent human trafficking in California's Central Valley. For nearly the last 5 years, I've been Executive Director of Central Valley Justice Coalition, a faith-based nonprofit that seeks to prevent human trafficking and exploitation before it starts. Using the tools of education, partnership, and outreach, our goal is to inform as many people as humanly possible and then equip them with the tools that they need to prevent exploitation and trafficking in their own lives and then subsequently in the lives of others. Hashtags like Save the Children have been generating a ton of online interest surrounding the abuse and sexual exploitation of minors in our country and around the world. This online attention shines a light on the very real problem of commercial sexual exploitation of children, or CSEC for short. CSEC is one form of human trafficking that we and our partners here in the Central Valley have been talking about and working to stop for a long time. Long before hashtags on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, TikTok were a thing, there was a community of dedicated people who were working together to protect children and insulate them from those who wish to do them harm. One thing is certain. Our children are at risk from pedophiles and traffickers in both online and real-world situations. And our local kids are definitely vulnerable to predators and traffickers. Just a few days ago, a multi-agency sting operation led to 34 arrests of alleged sexual predators. The operation, titled COVID Chat Down under the banner of ICAC, which is Internet Crimes Against Children, had officers pose as 12 or 13-year-old youth and arrange meetings with the suspects.
Locally, there were marches and protests and things like that. Unfortunately, the problem with everybody being all of a sudden just wanting to jump up and raise a noise, as I would say, it's, as a survivor, when you're bringing attention to this movement or you're raising a noise, it's what's your action call behind it? What is your purpose behind it? Yes, raising awareness is the purpose, but what is the action behind now that that awareness is now that somebody who wasn't aware before is aware? Not to discredit what could be going on possibly on a bigger scale, but human trafficking is real, sex trafficking is real, child trafficking is real, and it happens in your own backyard within your own community. And being aware of like, okay, I see this is scary, let me look up human trafficking. If you Google human trafficking in Fresno, the Central Valley Justice Coalition will pop up. Fresno County EOC will pop up. Breaking the Chains will pop up. And Molly's House, many other resources will pop up. So I feel that it's really important to make sure that if we're doing these things, that we have a little bit of education behind us. And if we don't know anything at all, find out where we can learn more. You know, I grew up in the 90s, so it was a lot of stranger danger kind of agenda, be careful of strangers, but the reality is the majority of people who have been sexually abused, especially children, it's with people that they're familiar with.
Child trafficking doesn't take an elite secret society of people who are conspiring together in order to exploit and profit from the sale and abuse of children. At this point, I can almost hear some of you saying, this is completely overwhelming and absolutely terrifying. What do we do now? Well, one of the things we've seen is that people have a lot of passion for protecting children and fighting against child trafficking. But sometimes that passion, if it's misplaced, can actually do more harm than good. Let me give you an example. I saw someone the other day post the statistic that 80% of child trafficking victims had spent time in the foster system. At face value, that could be a helpful statistic. But the person who shared it decided to interpret that information, that 80%, as being that there was a vast conspiracy within child protective services and child welfare systems in order to traffic children deliberately to the highest bidder. Sharing that type of information can wind up taking energy away from the very real action steps that need to happen to address the many different issues that lead the very same youth who have been served by the foster system to then also be exploited by human traffickers. If you're overwhelmed and you don't know where to start, let me suggest our website, justicecode.org. We have a variety of resources. We host classes and trainings. Even during COVID-19, we are still very, very active, and we would love to assist you on your journey to taking a stand against human trafficking.